Hey everyone, and welcome back to Schmindel Schmunlimited, the podcast for reviews, rants, and ramblings about books from our favorite way to get books, the Kindle Unlimited universe. I'm one of your hosts, Amity.
And I'm Lauren.
And I'm Steph, and this week we read The Americana Playbook by Cathryn Carter. But before we get into this story, how has everyone's week been? What are you guys reading, watching, listening to? All of the above? I know I have not been reading as much because I'm back at school, so sitting down and reading has not been on the agenda, but I have been watching a lot of TV. So I currently just finished Wednesday, and then I'm slowly, unfortunately, watching Summer I Turned Pretty, which
like an ongoing
I'm
self-inflicted.
When's the next episode to come out?
Oh man, the last episode was a waste of an hour of my life, and I don't know why I sat there and watched it because it was just so awful.
You guys keep sending stuff in like the Instagram group where like I don't understand the reference, but I'm assuming it's funny, so I just laugh at it.
It's I don't know. It was like she was in Paris, but she was carrying a suitcase the entire time, and you're like just so confused.
Really, like, made no logical sense points of it, and that had to be a light suitcase the way she was handling it.
Yeah, seriously.
Like the fake coffee cups when they film,
and they're just like it's all pouring out. Yes, 1,000%. I was like, that's an empty suitcase. I think this makes no sense.
That's what gets us. If the logistics aren't kosher, we're like, nope, I hate this.
And it's not like I read or watch with the finest of tooth combs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a regular viewing. But if it doesn't make sense with a regular viewing,
yeah.
Like I won't notice a whole extra arm in a Photoshop picture or something. But like that suitcase was too light.
Yeah. And the other thing is I think I'm like ready for like the Belly in Paris moment where she can just kind of be single and just, not have a brother, that she relies on, just be herself. And I am hoping that tomorrow's episode is going to be all about that, because this episode was not. So, well, it was funny because I saw this meme about it, and they were saying that her carrying her suitcase is the emotional baggage that she was carrying.
Well, then it's not.
She can carry it all around town. I mean,
yeah.
There was a guy in line in front of me to get on the airplane today, and his duffel bag said emotional baggage on it. And I was like, I need this bag. I love it so much.
That's so funny. Yeah, so I haven't been really reading anything. I only have 2 more episodes of Summer I Turned Pretty, so then maybe I can get back into reading. I do have a couple trips planned, and so like the airplane is my favorite place to read because I can kind of just shut my brain off.
I've been audiobooking the Spark of the Everflame series, and I'm on book 3, and they're wonderful.
Enjoying this.
So yes. Okay, so book 3, do you want to guess how long the audiobook is?
17 hours.
Steph, you want to take a wild guess?
Oh, let's do 22.
33 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I am halfway through, and Kelda has read them, so I keep texting her. I'm like, I need details, and she obviously won't give me any.
Are they giving you like does it feel long or
no? Because there's just so much that happens, and
is it graphic audio?
No, it is not.
So
however, the woman who, I mean, it's taking me a long while.
It was 33 hours. It is a long while.
Yeah, and I have it on like 1.3, so I don't know.
I have the first one downloaded. I haven't read it yet.
It's wonderful.
Okay, so
it's wonderful.
Because it is on Kindle Unlimited.
Dedicate to this.
I use it.
Well, I won't audiobook, you know that.
I mean, it's my drive to campus.
Right.
Although I don't go into campus every day. Like I went to campus one time last week, and otherwise I'm working from home preparing my lectures. It was wonderful.
When do you listen when you're working from home?
I don't. Like if I'm working from home, I don't. So that week I didn't listen to it at all.
Okay.
Brian's
been listening to a book series.
While he works?
He will keep his phone in his pocket and put on headphones and just be at home.
Yes.
Listening to it, but it's on his headphones, which I don't always see. So I will have full-blown couple minutes of conversation while I walked into the room.
And he's heard nothing.
And then I'll get like a, huh? Huh? From where? I didn't catch that last 3 words, or I just realized you were here.
I had my headphones on. It was probably like 5 hours of solid listening, but I was completely reorganizing the guest room workout room.
Okay.
So I got a lot of listening done this weekend for that.
Oof.
Yeah, it was nice.
I was driving with my mom to Trader Joe's because that's like one of the things we do every Sunday together. And she like gets in their car and her phone automatically connects.
Is it the dirtiest audiobook of all time?
And she was listening to this. It was a podcast. It was a podcast, and it was like a maiden and a knight or something. And I was like, it's like 20-minute podcast, and they're like little mini audiobooks.
Stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And she listens to them when she has to bring my dad to the airport.
But Steph, are they dirty?
I don't know. I was telling my sister about them, and I was like, you need to, like, I didn't listen to it. So, but the picture is really funny because it's like a maiden and a knight, and he's like swooning. So, but it was just so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
He pulls out his long
Sorry.
right?
What have you been reading, Amity?
I finished Always You and Me by Danny Atkins, and I feel like I liked it. I cannot tell you what it was about.
The vibes were good though, right?
Yeah, and it says on front like that it was emotional. But I cannot remember what it was about. Not a clue.
Those were the good ones.
Yeah.
You felt it in your soul.
It was like, okay, here's a book. And that was entertaining. And that's that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into this book.
Yes. So, funny story. This book I started, okay, I think it was Friday night, and my alma mater was playing football, and then the Chiefs were playing football, and both teams lost. And I was like, oh, I have to start this book about football, but I'm just over football because of it. So then Saturday, I still was feeling a little upset about the whole thing. But then Sunday, my main team, the Colts, won. And so I was super excited. So that's when I really got into this book. So I was really excited to get started. And this book was a quick read. It was long, though.
It is long.
It was long.
It's like 400
this
pages.
was a rather long. It felt like it was a long summary because there was actually quite a bit of detail.
Yeah, there was a lot that
happened.
happens.
Yeah, it wasn't a book where I'm just reading. I'm like, okay, there's not really detail here that I need to actually put in the summary.
It's been a lengthy book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I wanted to know what happened at the end because of it.
There were, so spoiler alert, Amity hasn't quite finished the book. So she is going to.
I'm at 82%. So you're going to give
us a live reaction of what she thinks of the ending.
Yeah. Okay. So our setting is Boston. Does it first start out with a letter?
Yes.
Okay. So we start with a letter. Parker is writing to who she calls Fitzy, and she is somewhere. We don't really know where.
She's at a troubled teen camp, and she's 17 years old.
And she was taken or something.
I will say it took me like 3 days to get through the first letter because it was long.
Yeah.
And I kept falling asleep. And I would like try again the next night and be like, none of this is familiar, and have to start over.
So this is why you didn't finish.
Yeah, exactly.
So interspersed, throughout the story are these letters that she has written to someone we will come to know as Fitz. And she'll date it. Like, this is day 44. This is day 100 of her at this, what we come to learn is a troubled teen camp.
Yeah. And she's writing on a napkin because she doesn't get any access to papers, to phones, to any, doesn't seem like any human contact besides the people that are in there, let alone.
Doesn't even get
outside.
Any basic human rights.
Yeah. So then it springs over to current day. Fitz is playing in a Super Bowl the next day for the New England Rebels. His longtime coach, James Fowler,
I think that's how you say it,
has been accused of abuse. But
abusing teammates and
players.
So this coach was his high school coach and guidance counselor and basically just followed him through the ranks of college all the way to the NFL as a coach.
Yes.
Kind of riding on Fitz's coattails.
kind of, yeah. And Fitz's manager, Nick, who I actually loved. Nick
Yes.
was like one of my favorite
Yes, he was
characters.
great.
Wants him to separate from this coach because of the bad press. And he's like, you just need new press. And every time Fitz is asked about it, he just says no comment. Or he's
like, no comment, and I owe this guy my life.
Yeah,
He's the best thing that's
exactly.
ever
Yeah,
happened to me. I'd
exactly.
be nothing without him. But, just do what you need with your investigation. That's all.
So, Fitz and Parker are childhood friends / neighbors. They live in a place in Massachusetts.
Somehow like on the coast.
Yeah, like near it was like a coastal town outside of Boston. They call themselves the Rebels, and
they've been like thick as thieves their entire childhood until
Parker was
she left.
She's gone, and he has no idea where she went.
He's in love with her. He has a Rebels only tattoo
In her handwriting.
in her hand. I know, like in a spot that no one's gonna see, so it's like on his hip or something.
Yeah,
And
upper thigh.
It's somewhere like no one can see. So I
Oh,
think
so is that a
hip.
Taylor Swift reference?
I feel like this entire book had Taylor Swift themes throughout it, but
I
Parker
didn't pick up any of them.
Yeah,
the Americana. I don't know. It's just the football, and it just made me feel the vibes.
Okay.
But Parker, she as a kid and like into high school, she was always the rebel, the rule breaker.
And her parents are in politics.
Yeah.
Yes, her dad was gone a lot for the presidential campaign because he was running for president, and then
he was a senator before that.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then her grandma died. And that's when her entire life just kind of went up in
You know,
flames.
she's a good grandma when they call her honey.
Yeah.
Well, they called her honey because Honey would always call them honey.
Yes.
Like, just, I would love, if I had kids and became a grandmother, you can call me honey.
You wouldn't go by grandmother?
Granny.
Do I look like a British aristocrat?
Honey.
So then we jump to Parker, current day, and she's living in Atlanta. She's now 29 years old, and she works in a bar that is getting rented out the next day after the Super Bowl.
By the rebels.
By the
for
rebels.
their-
How
their-
convenient.
Their celebration or their drown their sorrows party.
Exactly. And it turns out they're celebrating because they win. So Fitz is at the bar.
Do you think it's something real teams do?
I don't know.
Yes. So I have listened to the Kelsey podcast, and I've seen like tweets and stuff. They do have a party either way.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like
Either way, it's going to be a ridiculous amount of alcohol.
yeah. So they have a party if they win, and they have a party if they don't. Now, like usually the winning team gets like the big party, but I know they have a party either way.
But
Okay.
So
'Cause in college, they fly home afterwards, no matter what.
no, they don't fly home.
in college,
In professional.
Yeah, in professional, they
professional,
won't
yeah.
fly home.
Money. And everyone's over the age of 21.
Yeah.
That's that actually, yeah.
So Fitz is at the bar, and then he's like not really feeling it. He's not having a great time. He goes and sits at the bar, and he looks down at the napkin that his drink is on, and it says Rebels Only with a phone number, and he like freaks
In
out
that handwriting.
in
Yeah.
her handwriting, and he kind of like freaks out and starts looking around the bar, and then he texts the number, and Parker tells him to go outside, and then they go on the roof, and
He's like so confused, and so their talk doesn't go exactly well because she doesn't really want to explain what happened to her.
he's a little butthurt, you know.
yeah,
rightly so.
So, and we don't really know exactly what happened between the two of them. So it just doesn't go well. And he has so many questions, and she's not willing to answer any of the questions.
And she's currently living under a pseudonym.
Yes.
Candace or something.
Yes,
Something like that.
Candace.
And
Candace Parker.
Yeah.
yes, which was like her grandma's name or something. Because that's how she's not constantly tailed and her
Mhm.
parents.
Yeah.
And she's trying to stay under the radar because she is no contact with her family.
Yep. So we hit 2 months later, and Fitz remembers it's Parker's birthday, so he sends her a text. Since he last saw her, they've been like occasionally texting. He apologized. I think he realizes he's like, I want to see her, but I need to do it slowly.
She's like a caged animal. You gotta
Yeah. So he lands in Atlanta for a golf outing. And he wants to bring her 12 cookie cakes because those are her favorite.
They didn't have 13. He was
Yeah.
going to do one for every birthday he missed, but they only had 12 available.
Oh, another 13, which is
Taylor
Swift.
I missed him. I missed him.
No, I missed that one too. So Fitz gets to her apartment.
Or so she thinks.
Yes. And it's her sister who she hasn't seen and Secret Service. And Parker is then taken to go see her mother, who she hasn't spoken to in years and she does not want to see. And she blames for this being sent to this troubled teen camp, but we don't really know anything about it, except for the one letter we read.
And our initial meeting with her mom, you can tell she's a terrible person.
Oh, yes.
Her mom offers $5 million like trust fund, which is contingent on a major life event such as a marriage or a baby. And she suggests that Parker date this like douchebag congressman because it'll look good for the campaign. And then they'll give her, yes. And then they'll also give her Captain's Cottage, which was the childhood home where Honey lived. And it's been in the house for been in the family for generations.
So Parker's just really upset. I think before this is when she talks about her dad and her and her dad being like not talking, and then she's like talks about her mother and she's like she's even worse than him.
Yeah.
So, but
then Fitz really gets there and Parker's not home, so he's like, what the fuck? He's pissed and starts to leave, and then he sees like the full blacked out car and Secret Service, and then sees Parker get out of the car.
Now he's confused.
Yes.
So Parker suggests that they get married for a year, and of course Fitz is like, I just want to spend time with you. I'll do whatever you want.
Wait a minute, I was kidding.
And
I love it. He's planning a quarterback fake. He's gonna get Parker to actually fall in love with him.
We did, because it's his point of view.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked that he was like, oh, this is just like a fake out. I got this.
Yeah. Oh, and a part of the deal with the cottage and the money, she has to be on the campaign trail.
Yes.
She has to do appearances.
Just to undisappear from whatever
yes
rumor they've got that she's like at a boarding school and
yes, because her father is currently being seen as like unrelatable.
Yes.
So they need to make him relatable.
So, and this will also help Fitz because Nick, his manager, was like, you should get in a relationship. That'll be a good distraction for the press. It's like, I'll do you one better. I'll get married.
Yeah.
And Parker really wants revenge. So like her plan is to sabotage the campaign.
So during this, Fitz sees a giant scar on her back, but doesn't know what it's from.
She won't, well, she like showed him, didn't tell him what it was. Like, this is my reason why.
My family did this.
Like, okay, I'm sorry, I have so many questions.
I do too.
I think that's why I read it so fast, because I was like, just tell him so I can find out what happened.
Talk about the scar. Every time she talked about the scar, I pictured it kind of as like one long line scar.
And then like he described it, it's like this giant,
almost like a burn or something.
Yes.
And then when she talked about it, I couldn't even tell how she got such a big scar.
Me too. I didn't understand.
Like I was waiting it like, yeah, and then look, here's the broken piece of bed I was dragged over.
Yeah.
Or something, and not like,
I don't remember.
yeah, it was some rocks on the ground I got pulled over. Like,
that's not.
Or like, did they pull you yards?
Was there happen to be glass that they
Like, I found out, I was like, did your body suck at healing? Like, why is it so scarring?
Do you have the beaties?
Yeah, I know.
Did the school
then
keep like
putting hydrogen peroxide on this wound so it wouldn't heal?
Right.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Anyway.
Wait for it to scab and then
rip it off. Oh,
Yeah.
I could honestly, the way that this place was described, I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I've got a scar on my knee because I used to be a little kid who would fall and skin my knees. But then the carpet in my house in Jersey was Berber on the stairs, and it was always you like crawl up the stairs.
Yeah.
And I just would always had a scab. I don't remember not having a scab on my knee from like being 4 to 6 years old.
I have a scab on my knee from when I was little. I ran across on cement and I slipped. And I still to this day will have that.
So I
I was
had
like
the
4.
dirtiest joke in my mind that I didn't even say.
What? I wonder it.
You have scabs on your knees as a kid. You were just preparing. Sorry.
All of our husbands would be so proud of us.
I know.
I can't wait to text him like, Lauren made a dirty joke.
This is why you have to listen to the episode.
I should put this in the episode summary. Listen for Lauren's dirty joke.
Yeah.
They're there in my mind. I usually just don't let them come out.
This is your
I know.
literally here's your open mic.
Okay.
Anyways.
So then we have Parker shows up to the White House, and I loved this scene where
Yes.
she shows up and security's like, you have to leave. And she was like, is the president home? I'd like to see him. And they're like, you can't do that. And she's like, I'll wait. You should call. And I just love
You
this.
should tell him it's me.
Tell him it's me. Who are you? I'm like, I'm his daughter. And like, it took a while for her to like tell them she was his daughter. She just let them kind of put their foot
Well,
in
I
their
have
mouth.
to imagine like the people who work the gate
Yes.
probably not as
They probably hear that shit all the time.
right and aren't as like with flashcards like who's this?
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
this?
exactly.
Is this really Uncle
Plus,
Ricky?
The daughter that they've never seen.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But I loved the scene where I'm like, ooh, she's already starting stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was fun.
She was a rebel.
Yeah.
I appreciated it.
Yeah. So there's like an event, and it happens to be while she's there, Fitz's team is visiting the White House, as they do post Super Bowl, to visit with the president. And during the visit, they announce they're engaged. He like slips her the ring while he's like in line to greet the president, who he's already met when he was a kid.
Yep.
Everyone is shocked. Her family's pissed.
Yep.
And then she moves in with him in Boston.
And we go to the first event that they go to together, which is a football gala. Fitz is like talking to her in the car because like he's like, the first time I kiss, like we need to like be comfortable with each other. They haven't seen each other in a while. And so they kiss on the way just to start getting comfortable, or that was what he was saying. And then
But it wasn't just like a peck. It
was a full on.
You did a good job.
And then at the gala, Parker thinks that she sees one of her friends from the camp named Sarah. So, but it was just like a blink in the eye or something. And at the gala, Fitz wins her some lessons, horseback riding lessons, because he remembered how much she enjoyed riding when they were kids. And so Parker goes horseback riding, and she meets a horse named Midnight,
who happened to be the name of Sarah's horse, and
Yeah.
like kind of how she described the horse, like a big, beautiful stallion.
and she remembers Sarah talking about her family horse farm and her horse, and
But it not being right there.
yeah,
It was like in New Hampshire.
so
Then they go on like their actual first date where they go bowling to a sports bar. Of course, the waitresses are hitting on Fitz.
yeah. And Parker gets like jealous,
I
comes
love
over.
jealous.
Me too. And then they have a serious kiss that happens to be photographed and then on the interwebs immediately. And her family's pissed.
Yeah, her family's like, you need to get it together. Remember, we're supposed to be relatable, like the down to earth family, not the ones that's making out in a bowling alley.
If anything, that would make them more relatable. I don't know.
So,
Maybe.
do you think the whole thing with her parents is they were upset with all the press they were getting?
I think they were upset that the press wasn't focused on them. It was focused on Parker and
yeah.
Fitz.
I don't so when maybe I misunderstood. It was like summer before he's already the candidate.
He's the
Primaries have already
incumbent.
happened. He's the incumbent.
He's in the
He's he's president currently.
Okay.
So he's already the incumbent.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why they were going to the White House. Like,
Right, no, I got that. I just couldn't tell if because it had just been the Super Bowl, so like now it's February, March
yeah.
or so. Is it like primaries are happening for the other party?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't tell if primaries were happening right then or if we were a year from primaries
No,
happening.
like right then.
No,
Okay,
right
it is
then,
the
yeah.
election year.
It is the election. Yes,
Yes.
got it. It is the election
There's
year.
a Summer Olympics happening. There's an election year. It was a leap year.
You got it.
I don't know if all those details.
All those things happen at the same time.
That is wow.
Every
Why did
leap
I?
year, it's also a Summer Olympics and it's also a presidential election.
That's one hell of a year.
That's why you get an extra day. There's so much happening.
Oh, I did not put that
Neither did I.
together.
In my 30-something years of life, I never put that together.
Well,
Thank you for that.
you're welcome.
Feel so much
Glad I
smarter.
could help.
Yeah.
So then Parker goes on the campaign trail with her mom, and Rebels fans are there in Fitz's jersey, and her mom is again pissed. But she what does she calls him and FaceTimes and shows him all the
Oh,
photos in his-
yes.
which I thought was so cute. And then a Secret Service agent tries to force Parker into her mom's car, and she like freaks out.
Flips out.
She's got some serious like PTSD that's triggered.
She has like a panic attack, and she like wants to drive home, and Fitz like, stop, don't drive home.
She's on the phone with him, and Fitz makes the Secret Service agent drive her home. And then she shuts down when she gets home. She like locks herself. So she has this thing where she wakes up in the middle of the night and she has to go check the front door lock just over and over and over. And then she has this extra lock that she puts on her bedroom door. And she just would not stop checking the lock on the front door.
Yeah.
And we've gotten through a few more of the letters by this point too.
Mhm.
Yes.
And so we understand, like, we keep using the word like camp or school. This is a mental institution.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
Where they're basically trying to, what I couldn't figure out was if there was ever a time where you've been fully reformed or whatever, or if you just stay here indefinitely.
You stay there until you
Yeah.
age out at 18, I guess.
I think so. Yeah. I thought of, when I was thinking about this, I was thinking of like that. Have you ever watched that movie Girl Interrupted with Angelina Jolie?
Does that sound like something I would watch? No, I
This-
avoid those.
So that's what I thought of, like, when I was thinking of this place.
I feel like we read something else where one of the women spent time at like a mental institution type place. It was one of the time hoppy ones that we read.
Yes, it was the bookstore, the
Yes.
Oh,
the Lost
yes.
Bookshop.
yes,
The Lost, yes.
where the mom was, well, or that turned out the main character's grandmother.
Yes.
So, anyways, Fitz's coach is
Terrible.
terrible, mean, awful. He wants Fitz to do it all to himself, and he's upset that Fitz is missing one day of rookie camp.
That he's not even required to be at
Yeah, because he's not a rookie,
to go on the campaign trail with Parker.
just because she needs him there.
So,
And
well, they're on the campaign trail, and it goes really well for them because they hijack the entire day.
yeah, so Fitz is taking pictures with the kids, and he plays football with them and that sort of thing. And it was kind of like such a cute moment between the two of them.
I know.
So
Her mom's Secret Service try to force her back into her mom's car. They say "fuck you" and get in the car and go to their hometown after the campaign outing.
so they're near they are at Parker's old house, and because Fitz is like, oh, it's like we're rebels, and wants to break into the house.
So, which now has a giant wall that was not there before. So they climb it. She gets triggered.
It really kind of surprises me that you could climb the wall of a house where a president
Thank you.
is.
That's what I wanted to know.
I don't think he
Like,
lives
he's not there right now,
Yeah,
but, like,
I think-
it's still-
but you have to remember it was Honey's house, so he like inherited the house.
So it's his house now.
Mhm.
Right? I don't know. But she gets triggered and she ends up telling him that she was at a boarding school, but then doesn't like give him any specific details.
Yep.
But we start getting more details about how she was taken from her room,
Mhm.
Yeah.
By like grown men.
middle of the night, grown men, was worried she was being kidnapped, and then
like screaming for her parents and her
Yeah.
sister. And then as she's being drugged to a car, she sees her mom just standing on the front steps.
and being confused, like, mom's dressed. That's weird. It's
Fully
the middle of the
dressed. And
night.
then the dad shows up next to her.
Yeah.
And then the sister shows up next to her, and they're just watching it unfold, not saving her.
Man, I don't think
Who'd
I
you
would-
hate more, the mom, dad, or sister?
all three, all of the above. I don't know. And the fact that they
All,
want her
yeah.
to just like pretend like none of this happened and like be on the campaign trail, I was like, okay.
So I wanted to know, did they know how bad it was?
Oh
Or
yeah.
where they served something like, and I just
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we get anything redeemable about the sister later?
No.
No. You do get detail. Okay, when we go later, let's bring this conversation back.
Okay, because then the other thing that I noticed is I feel like she's more mad at her mom than her dad, and that doesn't feel fair to me.
There is a
Yeah.
good reason for that.
Okay.
So, um, so Fitz is brought in to by the owner of his team and is told that the NFL is investigating his coach for abuse allegations, mostly like verbal abuse allegations.
So now it's like out of the team's hands.
So that was an internal team investigation
Yes.
before.
And we've seen parts of it. Like we've seen him
Yes.
yelling at different players. Their center back isn't coming back
He's
because of
dick.
He's an
yeah.
absolute
He's just mean to them. He wouldn't play the center back because the center back wouldn't
do a full hit
on the
in
receiver.
practice the day before the Super Bowl. And he's like, what the why? So now the team is like, we can't protect you anymore. This is out of our hands since the NFL is investigating this. Like, you might want to, like, obviously don't tell Fuller this, but you might want to distance yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I would leave it at no comment.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Then we jump to the engagement party at the White House. And they have to share a bed because obviously we can't have a book like this with an arranged marriage without a single bed.
Okay. Well, and then this was the crazy part too. Okay, this was when I was like starting to put like things together. Parker thinks that Fitz's mom hates her, so she's like so nervous to see his mom.
Yes.
But instead, his mom attends and is showing her all these pictures of the two of them for kids, as kids together. And so we've later come to find out it wasn't his mom that didn't want them together. It was
the coach the entire time.
Yeah. So there's a little sexual tension before the event. They have to share the bed. They kiss, but Parker's like, hey, we are just friends. I don't want anything else.
We know how this works.
Yeah.
This lasts for like 2 chapters.
Yeah.
And then they say forget.
Yeah. Fuller corners Parker, and this is where you like kind of see badass Parker who's like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Let me be. I'm doing my thing. And so
she's like, I'm not preventing him from doing football at all.
So
but then there was an agreement that after the engagement party, they have to go on Air Force One. The whole family is going on a campaign stop. And their plan was after that to then head to Vegas to elope the next day. And her mom says, just kidding, change of plans. I can't do this stop in Massachusetts tomorrow. That's code for I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So you two are going to go instead. And it's in the area her boarding school was in. And she just outright flat says, no, I'm not doing it. And then they say, oh, sorry, we can't get you back to Boston tonight. You're going to have to wait. And I don't remember, did they end up driving? Like, we just get the point.
I think they just waited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just waited. And then we jumped to Vegas and they've eloped. And instead of wearing a dress, she wears his jersey.
Yep.
And then they agree to date each other.
Yes. Start slow. Like he wants to.
I'm sorry, you just got married. This is a little half-assed backwards.
Yeah. Hey, it's like the proposal.
Yeah. And then I really enjoyed this part where he stops by the barn on his way to training camp because he's going to be away at a hotel for like what, 1 to 2 weeks.
It's
2
weeks.
Yeah, and she's like riding Bernard, the horse that she's been renting time on, and she's like, oh, he's your horse now, I bought him for you.
Yeah, and she calls him like the other man in her life.
Yes.
And that sort of stuff.
So later she goes into the office with Abby, the owner, to sign some paperwork, and that's how she finds out that Abby had a sister who died, and it was Sarah.
Her
This part
roommate.
was like,
Yes, I did not see this.
I didn't see this.
I thought Sarah
either.
was still alive.
I thought we were gonna maybe get that too.
I know. So it turns out Sarah died of peritonitis, an infection of the peritoneal lining, like an abdominal infection, at the therapeutic boarding school, and their parents sued. And
So this is why I thought this, like, going back to our original conversation, I thought I was like, maybe the parents didn't really know, because why would Sarah's parents send her there
And then sue
And
after.
then
That's
sue
why
after.
I was like, maybe they didn't know.
the
Also,
full extent?
how old can horses get
oh, they can be quite old.
and still be like ridden?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, so she's riding a different horse. She's
No, I know, but like Midnight's there.
yes, but
Yeah.
he's not being ridden. He's an old horse. so
Yeah,
they
he's
don't
like
ride him.
and he's a stallion.
He's a little shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
He-
he was a
I
wild
was just like, how
horse.
old are you?
Like he like showed up to their place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's a stallion too.
Midnight didn't like anyone but Sarah, but he likes Parker too.
Yeah.
Although she doesn't ride him. So somehow the investigation into Sarah's death showed no wrongdoing. And Parker tells Abby, like, I was with Sarah at Horizon, and agrees to testify and
Yeah.
pay their lawyers' fees.
And so I guess what had happened was Sarah was really sick and Parker kept trying to take her to the nurse and they wouldn't take her in until eventually she was like throwing up green.
Mhm.
And then they took her in. And then one day Parker like cut herself or something so she could go into it to visit Sarah. And they're like, oh, Sarah's gone. And so she thought Sarah just left.
Like,
Sarah
got home.
Yeah.
So
Her parents picked her up or something like that.
And something in with the legal stuff they had worked with some of the people who
There was like a bill they were trying to pass in Congress that just got shut down.
yeah, to not have places like this.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick so Parker's going through all of this and she's like trying to like piece all the puzzles together, so she's clearly not answering her phone. And Fitz is trying to, and it's like days because Parker has all these notes of letters that she's written to Fitz while she was there as back,
Just, like,
documenting,
rewriting them, like
She's-
getting all the evidence.
yeah,
together.
retyping them up. And so because she wasn't answering, Nick, Fitz's agent, shows up because he's like, Fitz is flipping out, you haven't been answering. And Nick kind of like low-key, he's like, you know, you need to be honest with him. Like, I know this is like an arrangement, but at the same time, like, he has a tattoo.
Just like, what?
With your handwriting. And
I thought she was a little more mad than she needed to be. To find out
Yeah.
that this guy that she likes actually likes her.
I wouldn't be mad. Like, he's got a secret tattoo he didn't tell me about. Like, well, you didn't.
I
don't know.
think it was more of her not dealing with her trauma, not dealing.
Yeah.
She kind of wants to be a loner because last time she let anybody in, her parents were the ones who basically took her and put her in this awful place.
Yeah.
So, Fitz gets home and he does not get a warm greeting from Parker.
She's like anxious because they're going to a high school reunion, and which she didn't even graduate from the high school. And Fitz kind of an ass to her at the event.
Yeah, like they're just like not being nice to each other.
Mhm.
Well, she's hanging out with that like senator, congressperson, whatever.
Cam.
Her parents tried to set her up
wanted
with.
her to date, and she had kind of thrown that in his face at some point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's like flirting, talking with Cam.
So Parker Fitz is taking it personally,
Yes.
which I get because like I've been gone.
I know.
thought we were good.
Yeah.
It turns out that Cam was the one trying to get the bill through Congress. And Horizon happens to be in his territory, so she's trying to work with him to like get that going again.
Yeah. So
They're just mad at each other, and then they have a spicy scene. He drags her off from the party to the science building, and then they do some spice. He leaves, and she like goes looking for him under the bleachers where she initially wrote like rebels only when they were in high school, and she finds more writing under there that Fitz wrote 4 months after she disappeared. It's like, oh, that's heartbreaking.
and they finally have a conversation and they make up and some more spice.
The real spice
The real spice, not the
not the
angry spice.
not the half angry spice. And Parker, she like throws kind of was it a surprise? I don't remember. Like a prom /
He
This
wanted
is
to
all new to me.
Okay.
So
He wanted to like dance with her like really badly, and so she throws this like prom wedding reception for all the players and him.
and they're partners, like in their work.
Yes, yeah, because she's
Yes.
friends with Lo.
Yes.
Yes,
Josh's.
yeah, so
Yes.
her and Lo kind of put this together. And then she finally shows Fitz all the letters. She kind of has him go into his room and she's like, "Here, read this." And then like shuts the door and he comes back like crying. Like not realizing everything that she went through. And then that's when she starts explaining about the whole Sarah situation. She talks about the reason why she was talking to Cam, and that she says to him, like, I'm going to testify what happened to Sarah and what happened to me in front of Congress. You do not need to be part of this with me.
Because she knows it could hurt his reputation.
Because I know it could
Yeah.
hurt. And he's like, no, I'm going to be there for you through everything. I had no idea that this all had happened to you. And so they're, you know, kind of together.
Mhm.
The communication is open.
Yay!
Yay, finally.
We love communication.
So they're at practice.
It's like an open practice where
Yes. Oh, yeah.
people from the community are there. Like kids are there that want to get
Yeah.
signatures.
And they usually do that. It's during spring
Yeah.
training.
Yeah. But the coach loses it on
Yeah.
everyone. And Fitz isn't having a great day. Like he dropped the ball a couple times.
But he doesn't blame Fitz. He blames everybody besides
Yes.
Fitz.
And Fitz finally sees who the coach is, you know, for who he really is, and demands he apologize to the entire team if he wants Fitz to do this interview that he's been asking him to do.
To kind of like redeem himself.
Mhm.
He yells at Josh, and Josh like leaves the practice like all sad. It was so
Yep.
sad.
And Fitz like text Parker, like, can you try and get people to stay and so we can go out and like sign stuff outside?
Yeah. So we go back to Parker's point of view, and Abby and Cam are meeting at her apartment to talk about this new law. But then Cam is summoned to the White House, and Parker's parents show up. And so
They just did
they
that
just
to
summoned
get
to get him
Cam
out.
to not
Oh.
have the meeting.
Yeah. And
like they're just conniving little shits.
And so this is where she like while Abby's leaving, she's like, Fitz should be here soon, even though he's not gonna be there for a couple hours, and stay downstairs. I'll be right down with you. So she's like not left alone.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're talking to her, and she's like screaming about this Horizon's place and all that it happened to her, and that's when it comes down to, but we learn that coach was the one who recommended it to her parents because he was her guidance counselor.
Yep. And the coach wanted to get rid of her because she was a distraction.
So he was the one who recommended Horizons to her parents.
However,
Did the
her mother
parents
is
know?
pure evil. Like pure evil in this scene. She is a terrible human being.
She's very mean and rude and
yes. And then Abby reaches out to Fitz. She's like, hey, like, have you heard from her? Like, she's not answering me. Because Abby saw the president and first lady show up and knows that it's not a great situation.
Yeah.
And Fitz races home. And Parker tells him what Fuller did.
yeah,
And
so
he's livid.
yeah.
So they go to the interview
You
that
know,
he's supposed to have.
And Parker kind of hijacks it and tells exactly what happens at Horizon and about Sarah and the whole story. And
Mhm.
yeah. And
Yeah. And then we jump to like 5 years later, the same reporter is interviewing them at their home in their childhood hometown with their daughter. She did not get Captain's Cottage because her parents like moved back, and then the whole town, because their dad obviously didn't win the presidential race.
Fair.
So they moved back, and the entire town like basically ran them out.
Like,
Yeah,
good thing you put up this wall. We don't want to
yes,
see you.
right?
anyways.
well, especially after the interview that
Yes.
about how it all
So
happened.
her parents sold the house, and Parker and Fitz bought it, and then they like gave it to the town. Because they're like, no one gets to have
And-
nice things here.
She talks about like her therapist and her trauma and everything that she's dealt with and how she's dealing with it and that sort of thing. So, and that's how it ends.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a doozy.
It's not very romancy. This is like
It was
heavy.
sprinkled in, but yeah, it was a heavy topic.
Yeah, it's like heavy. Here's 15 pages of spice to lighten it up.
And it was
There was like a little spice like here and there, like it was like
Yeah.
sprinkled.
but it was like a very different book. You know, I haven't read anything else
No.
kind of like this. Although actually I did just finish a book that was about a couple that were divorced and they were in like a high control, basically like a culty religious group, and they got out, and it was kind of about that. So kind of similar-ish, but that was actually a very interesting read.
So
And that one was very spicy.
and I just wanted to know how this was gonna end, so I like read it so fast.
I think I might still finish it.
Yeah,
I would.
yeah,
I think
definitely.
it's very good.
And the ending is so quick. You'll like get through it really quick. So, favorite characters. I do have to say I loved Nick.
Yeah.
I really like Nick.
I liked Parker and Fitz.
Yeah,
I
I liked Fitz. Parker, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked them.
So we had a lot of tropes in this book. We had marriage of convenience, fake dating, childhood friends, like second chance romance. I don't know if I would call this a trope, but like football / the president's daughter, the one bed, and then some heavy themes there of like child abuse.
Yeah. So rating out of 10, are we gonna have to wait for Amity's rating for her to finish?
No, we're gonna make her do it now. We can go first.
Okay.
I'll give
Not that we can sway you, but
yes.
What do you
I'll
give
give it an 8. I really
I was gonna go 8 as well.
Perfect.
Amity, what'd you get?
I was thinking 7.5 to be fair.
Okay.
But do you want to say 8 for math simplicity / I haven't
No.
finished it yet? Okay.
No.
So that was 7.833 repeating.
Nice.
On
That's pretty.
on a spice level, what are we giving this?
I wouldn't say it's very spicy.
I would give it like 2.5 actually.
Okay,
Because
2.5.
there was a couple pages. So
It was weird spice, like conservation spice. I
yeah.
was like, that's not like now you're not even growing closer with the people around you. Like
Yeah.
there's not gonna be some accidental I love you slips, no one else is there. I really don't need to read this. Leave it alone.
So yeah, it was nice to read a football book during football season.
There we go.
So our next book that we are going to read is going to be interesting. It's Wild Card by Elsie Silver.
So we read the first book in this series for the podcast, and now
Yes.
we're reading the last book in the series.
And there's a little bit of a shock when we hear that it's ex-boyfriend's dad.
Hey, that's different for us. We got to step out of the box.
Yeah, we've not done that trope before.
I don't think I've ever read a book with that trope.
I don't think so either.
I've done like dad's best friend.
Yeah, I've done like age gap stuff. I don't love it.
No.
So this will be interesting.
Yes.
And he's like a fire pilot. You know how they like they're in a plane and then they drive over the fire and like drop the water. That's what he does.
Like my one nervous thing is I'm going to be thinking, oh, that's her ex-boyfriend's dad.
The whole time.
Like,
I don't know. I love Elsie Silver books.
So hopefully she can get that thought out of my brain.
Yeah, I haven't read a single one that I didn't love.
Did you guys end up watching that movie on Amazon Prime with the age gap? It was like
with Anne Hathaway. No, I didn't.
I did.
Okay.
And I read the book.
Was it good?
I liked the book better, but I didn't have a problem with it.
So yeah, the only time I had a problem with it was when they were at the pool and like they were like, "Where's your daughter going to college?" I was like, "Oof, this is uncomfortable for me."
Yeah.
Speaking of books to movies, did you guys ever watch Red, White, and Royal Blue?
No, I never watched it.
So Wynn was on a plane and he's sitting in the aisle watching that movie. And it gets to like super spicy scene, which like it doesn't leave anything to the imagination.
No.
In the scene. And Wynn could see the lady sitting in like the aisle seat across from him, just like more.
Oh my God.
Like fast forward 15, like 4 times.
Really? Pause and go to the bathroom.
I have not seen that movie. I didn't read that book either.
I didn't. I only watched the movie.
I really liked the book a lot. And I think I watched the movie a second time.
So it's a male romance.
Yes. They're both princes, or he's an American
one's a prince and one's the president.
Yes.
So that has the theme of this book, kind of.
Yes. Yeah.
I really liked it. Who was the mom who played it with her fake Southern accent?
Oh, Uma Thurman.
Yes,
yeah.
I just really liked her fake Southern accent. You could tell she was trying so like someone was like, talk even slower, slower than that.
Is she even American? I don't think she is.
Every time
I'm
I hear her name, I
impressed.
just think of that song.
So-
Yeah.
You want
Okay.
to dance like, ooh,
Question, do you prefer when a book becomes a series or a book? A
Or a
movie.
movie?
Yeah.
Or a TV show?
Yeah, like versus TV
Like,
show
do you
versus
want a series, a TV series, or a movie?
Was it a standalone book or was it a series?
Yeah. Because like Summer I Turned Pretty, I feel like part of the reason it feels so like not it doesn't feel like connected is because it's a series. And like right now we've hit a part of this where we're farther past the book.
Oh,
So,
the
like-
books aren't done?
Like the series went farther than
Yeah,
the
the
books.
books ended, but with like what's happening now was not in the books.
Oh, they just made shit up.
Yeah, so
yeah,
and
but
I
it's
think
still it's the author.
yes, the author's part of it.
Like she's like a producer.
Yes.
She signed off on this? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
She's signing it.
Yeah,
Like she's making it happen.
I really hope that they do right by Fourth Wing series.
See, that one I think is gonna be hard. That one I kind of wish they did a movie.
I mean,
Like,
there's a lot of material though
Yeah.
that I think it might do well. Hopefully as a series.
So I go back and forth. I think oftentimes when you do it in a TV series, like maybe now with the current way that series are, much more like 10 episodes or 8 episodes instead of like 26 episodes.
Yes.
Like I loved the Harry Potter books. And if you would have just read the Harry Potter books, like, Teenage Amity, I would have been like, oh my gosh, yes, make it a TV series.
Yeah.
Every month should be a new episode. Absolutely. And now I'm like, you know what? We got the whole storyline fine from the books.
Yeah.
And it was nice as movies because there were so many books and you had so much to get through and like budgets and stuff like that. And I think about I think part of what like Summer I Turned Pretty, I don't think we would be talking about it if we all already knew exactly how it was ending.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I think once, like as long as Fourth Wing doesn't catch up, like the whatever TV series or whatever doesn't catch up and surpass.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Game of Thrones, people were disappointed because now I needed all these details because you were changing the storyline / finishing a storyline for me. And we haven't been putting in all the details because I expected you kind of to read the books and get the details.
Yeah.
And so I think, I don't know. I realized I didn't answer the question. I just gave thoughts. But
No,
I like
no, I'm just like, Summer I Turned Pretty is also so like, everyone's like, team this, team that. So I think that, but I remember not loving season 2, and season 2 is so different from the book. Like there was never the aunt or the cousin. Like they created all these weird characters that never happened. And I was like, maybe, and now last episode, I was like, oh, this last episode didn't feel like the others, and I'm wondering if it's maybe because they're
how cool for an author though to go back to all your notes and these are the things that
that's
you take
true.
out because like you don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Like does this really need to happen? Can you still get to this ending without these 8 crappy chapters? No, she's like, I'm getting 3 episodes.
Yeah,
at least,
exactly.
crappy chapters. Here we go.
How many episodes is it? We're on episode
12.
12.
Oh,
9
okay.
is coming out or 10?
no 10 because I think because we only have 2 episodes left.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's one more tomorrow's
Are you
episode
sure?
and next
I
Wednesday.
thought we still had 10, 11, and 12.
No, what else are they gonna do?
Well, she's gonna like,
Find herself?
find a place to live. Maybe like a visa.
Oh, she just on a tourist.
Right. Oh, well, yeah, because all she did was just now decide to stay in Paris.
Yeah, so
But I think she has to establish life in Paris. And my prediction is the very end of this next episode is where she'll get the first contact from either Fisher boy.
well, it's so funny because a lot of people have been like posting that Jeremiah was there in Paris filming.
were.
They both were. but like in the outfit she's wearing in the pictures, it was the outfit from last week's episode. So they're like,
the crappy one, they did her dirty.
I felt so bad. I said, why would they put her in that?
Like, she is gorgeous, and it's like she left in such a hurry, they pulled out pants she hasn't worn since she was 12.
Yes.
Like, they were too short and too small.
Yes.
Ooh,
It
that's
was I felt so bad for
You'll have
her.
to show me a picture of that.
Yeah.
God, that was rude to her.
Yeah. So, but it said 11 episodes.
11 episodes. So this is just
Yeah,
10,
so
11.
tomorrow's
I'm kind
10 and
of upset
11.
with that
Oh my
number.
gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Why 11? Like, I'm sure there was an hour of material you could have
Especially
taken
with
out.
such a big Taylor Swift fan she is.
Yeah,
It should
yeah,
be
13. Exactly.
All right, well, thanks for listening to our podcast about all sorts of things, but usually books, where we talk about our reviews, rants, and ramblings. Remember, if you also read this book or watch these shows or these movies or just have thoughts on things or want to hear more of Lauren's dirty jokes, then please make sure you give us a podcast review. We so appreciate it. Have a great weekish, and we can't wait to read, review, rant, and ramble about the next book with you.